Hi, Mrs. Halley's class. My name is Christy.
Salut, je m'appelle Suzanne. I speak French. My name is Suzanne, is what I said.
Hi, my name is Juliana.
Hi, I'm Angela.
Hi, my name's Keziah Wong, and I work with Christy at SpotX.
My name is John Jackson, and I live here in Farmington.
Hi, my name's Sandy Fritchley, and I live in Farmington now. But I've had a wonderful life using Spanish.
Because of exposure to some training that I've done overseas, I've been able to travel outside the country, and I've been exposed to especially Eastern European, Russian languages, Ukrainian, Belarusian, Lithuanian. And so I've had to learn a little bit of those languages to be able to help those people with the training things that I was responsible for.
Actually, I got interested when I was in 5th grade, and the teacher let us learn some Spanish during recess. And I opted for that, and it was something that fascinated me. So I studied in high school and in college, and I became a Spanish teacher.
And I learned Spanish in high school, not just because it was a high school graduation requirement, but because I knew that it would make me a more well-rounded student overall.
When I was in high school, I took French, and although it was really hard in the beginning, I really struggled. I had to get a tutor all throughout high school. I joined the French club to try and really expand on my time that I was practicing my French skills, and it was really hard in the beginning.
I am the head of training and development for SpotX, which is an online video advertising platform. Basically, our job is to put the ads before videos online. But we keep the internet free, so while you're getting really annoyed on YouTube, you can also thank us. The internet's global, as you know, and so we have offices in 8 countries, and we have people that speak over 15 languages that we're talking to on a regular basis that just work at SpotX. We're trying to get all of our education content, so teaching people how to use our product, translated into more than 30 languages initially, and that's going to grow from there. Language plays a part in my job every single day.
I'm the director of digital marketing here, and what I do every day is look at all of our digital marketing strategies worldwide. As you know, we have offices all across the globe, and so it's quite the effort trying to organize all of our digital efforts, from website to when we're sending emails to different clients to our social media strategy. So there's a lot that goes into that. For work, as we're looking to expand our global presence, we're looking to open an office in France right now, and so it's been really exciting to get to put my old French language skills to the test and help with that effort in globalizing our company and translating all of this content, English content, into French.
I've done some translating, which is when you do it by writing, when you translate from one language to the other. And I've done some interpreting, and I interpret sermons at church, and I've helped people just in the community. Last week, for example, I got to help a family. They enrolled their young daughter in kindergarten. Right now, personally, I'm studying a little more so that I can become a court interpreter.
And then we've had people come to our church as well. We have an English as a second language class here at the church, where we have people from China and India and Panama and Mexico who've come to want to learn English to be able to navigate the city and to learn how to get a job, buy a house, get utilities in their home, all of those kinds of things. So my responsibility for them is to help them and communicate with them in their language as much as I can, how to do those things. So not only am I teaching them English, I'm learning their language as well, which is kind of cool.
I also speak Chinese.
A thing that helped me when I was growing up is that since I was fluent in both Chinese and English, I could help my parents fill out forms and go grocery shopping and whatnot. And sometimes going to foreign countries, when I would go abroad, that would be helpful because I could help people translate things into English as well.
It has opened up opportunities as far as being able to communicate with folks that if they're struggling, if maybe English is not their first language, then maybe I can help in and translate and help open up conversations where normally a conversation may not have taken place.
I went and worked in France for a year after high school, and it was the best thing I ever did. It's kind of a point of pride to be able to tell someone you speak another language, and I can communicate in a lot of other countries.
Growing up in my household, we always spoke 2 languages, and I think it's always been beneficial because it allowed me to always have 2 cultures in my background growing up.
And through the years, I've had lots of opportunities to travel. I've been in Mexico and Spain many times, and I've taken students on trips to both of those countries and seen them get excited about it and use their language.
And now I feel more comfortable going out into the world, and I really want to study abroad in a Latin American country, so it makes it a lot easier if you know the language, and I feel like I can just be more culturally aware.
I lived in Argentina when I was a senior in high school and lived with a family. And the first thing that I remember thinking when I got into Argentina was, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this. But it gets easier. It gets so much fun. It's the best thing, I think, is when you are able to use your language skills to communicate with somebody in a way that you might have never been able to communicate with them before. My job has taken me to Europe, to Australia, to New Zealand, and I've given presentations in Spanish. It really is uniting. You learn so much about the culture. It opens doors you never knew existed.
I studied abroad in Paris and found that really helped not only me my French speaking skills, but understanding and reading. And it was really exciting to go from seeing how challenging it was to try and learn a language and really struggling with that, to seeing how lucrative and exciting it can be to speak another language. So I think that learning another language can be so valuable, not only because it expands your life from a work experience and from being able to communicate with people from all over the world in different countries, but also from a cultural experience and understanding how different cultures are and how they might be so different from our culture here.
I personally learned how to speak Spanish, and let me tell you, it was really hard in the beginning. It seemed like a secret code, but the more time you spend with it, the more practice that you get, the easier it gets.
One of the things that you have to figure out when you learn a new language is how your language is put together. And that can be kind of scary sometimes, but it's really helpful to learn a new language if you could kind of get into the insides of your own language. That's kind of a plug for English teachers.
It's proven that people that learn a foreign language do better with English, and it also helps them with testing when they're in high school. It does something to our brain and helps us to be better thinkers and figuring things out. So you're gonna be in a good place because you're starting a language right now.
One of the greatest things that I've learned about languages is that it helps you make a lot of new friends. People who are from other countries or speak other languages are thrilled, even if you could just say hello in their language, or even if you could just tell them how to get to McDonald's, or just ask them about their family. They're thrilled to know that you are interested enough to learn just even a little bit of what their language is. And they want to try out their English on you too, which makes it a lot more fun too.
So good luck to you and have a wonderful year with your teacher.